We're here in Amarillo, Texas to meet with Dr. W.J. Hill, talk about his experiences with antibiotics and treatment protocols. We also have Dr. Joe Roeder, Global Tech Services, with us. W.J., you looked at a lot of cattle last year.
I've looked at a lot of, yeah, you're correct there. Many thousands.
Many thousands, and you work with a lot of different companies and different antibiotics. What's been the key challenges for you in the last year?
Well, probably this year, of course the falls are always the hardest for us when we have our heat and cold and nights, but we've had a lot of sickness the last 2 years, and so I guess respiratory is our number one challenge through the fall, starting probably late August through October, November.
So what on those challenges, what do you do, or how do you measure success when you go to look at those, what you're doing?
Well, we look at our dead pile, see where we are there. But, we have goals at each operation as far as death loss and treatment costs, the amount of money that we're going to put in cattle. And if we feel like that we can, and it's different for different operations because we handle different risk cattle, but we feel like if we can meet those through our mass med programs, our vaccination programs, and our treatment programs, and we've got numbers of good antibiotics now that ironically with the new antibiotics and the vaccines that we have today, we don't seem to keep any more cattle alive. I mean, compared to old days. We still have death losses that are high.
What do you attribute that to?
You go back and we get a lot of southeastern cattle, and if you go back and look at the whole order buyer sale barn picture, calves coming from numerous sale barns to your order buyer. One order buyer particularly that we work with orders from 63 sale barns.
Yeah.
And the calves come in 1 to 2 days, sometimes 3 days ahead, and they're shipped and then collected at an order buyer's point and then shipped to us. Well, by then we're sometimes 5 to 6 days behind. And I think that's, unless there's some premiums put on the other end, that probably is not going to change. And we see cattle at about the time we get them, they start falling apart. So probably the background in cattle have been a big success, but we have small numbers of them.
Okay. So when you look at choosing your treatment, then what are some of the primary factors or characteristics you look at in the drug you're choosing?
Well, we look at cost and efficacy, and if we can get them on their feet and get them to the bunk, and those are the things that we look at. Our won-loss ratio is what we look at.
Yeah.
Do they live when we use X drug, or we've got better luck using one drug over another drug, and those are some of the things we look at. We do have quite a bit with the reservoir, the Nuflor Banamine combination, and we're very, very favorable to it.
So when you made the switch from just a single antibiotic without the non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, what was the primary thing you noticed? I mean, what stuck out in your head?
Well, I've watched your other videos, and we think they go to the bunk quicker. Comments from my customers and my clients that they're feeling too with the combination with the Banamine. We were using Banamine by itself with Nuflor a long time before the combination came out.
Yeah.
And we liked it because of the fact that cattle eat, and that's just one less shot that we have to stick in them when we're processing.
Have you seen any difference between Nuflor and Banamine and Resfor? I mean, in responses, or
no. I can't say it. I have. We've used Nuflor Banamine for so long, and we like it, and I don't know that I can say that I see a big difference between the combination.
So they're at least
they
equal.
Both work well.
Both at least equal to each other,
and
just don't have to give that IV or that dump to the 2 shots.
That's correct. And with the new combination, it simplifies the workload for the cowboys.
Well, good. Anything else you tell the people out there about Resfor or Nuflor or any other tips?
No, I don't. I mean, we've liked the combination, the Banamine Nuflor combination for years, and so the Resfor product was a natural, and it's fit in really well. And when we look at our successes, we feel like we have less repulse behind Nuflor. And even if there's cases when Nuflor's used second, we still like it. We like it really well in light cattle.
Right.
Lighter cattle, we like Nuflor really well. And we just got sensitivities from the lab, and we're looking at them, and Nuflor compares very well to the other antibiotics. It's been a good drug in our hands.
You have a lot of clients that have wheat pasture type cattle, as well as feed
The
yards.
wheat pasture cattle, you know, this winter the reservoir thing just pretty tough, you know, because they can't, but they still use Nuflor. And with all the newer antibiotics, especially, you know, Nuflor 2, we can do one time. We always use the one treatment, and they can rope them and doctor them and let them go. And our success rate is high with the antibiotic on wheat pasture. We probably got 150,000 head on wheat pasture, and it was a down year because it was so dry. But very good wheat pasture drug.
Is there anything that you would like to tell another veterinarian who maybe hasn't tried Resfor or Gold, Aqua Gold?
Yeah, I would encourage anyone. I would encourage any veterinarian to try it. And we've had producer meetings. They've been very successful. Our Nuflor usage and repeat sales have been really good. And I think producer meetings have been one of the keys that we have done that. You know, they're not familiar with the product. They're not familiar with Resfor. Although there's billboards all over the highways, maybe they don't get out of town. But those have been very successful in introducing the product and having a little technical stuff with the rep or yourself, someone like that. But we've really enjoyed the producer meetings, and it's been a good tool in our hands.
In your producer meetings that you've had has told us have been successful. Do you share the Resfor video with that calf?
We have, yeah. Showed that old steer coming to bump, yeah. I think that steer was on a retainer, but we do that. We sure do.
And do you, how do your clients? What are their experiences? Are their experiences similar to what you see in that video?
They are, and especially if they've never used it, you know, they're at least willing to try it now since they've seen the video and they've tried that. So, and for the most part, our feedback has been very positive. I've been surprised that, you know, the drugs had a lot of impact in a short period of time.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Jay, we appreciate your input and taking the opportunity to talk to you. It's always good to hear news from the field about what's actually going on out there to relay to our customers. So, thank you.